And it's the home team who control the opening tip. And we'll look for the first score of this quarter-final series, and straight away a call. Well, the clock hasn't... Okay, the clock has now had 6 seconds taken off and will tick down. So hopefully that's the end of the problems. Scotty Wilbekin trying to give Buducnost some problems here as he's forced across to the far side, almost forced a turnover, Podgorica, and then they come up with a big stop underneath. Fingers crossed we can get this quarter-final series underway. Darussafaka looking for the first score. Juwan Johnson turning and floating one up and in. That's the way to get going. That's the way to put that long break to the back of your mind. First possession now for Buducnost as it goes into Gordic, one of those big three players who needs to step up and have a big game. He misses his first shot though, and now Wilbekin forcing it quickly as Darussafaka look to come in transition. There's the handoff on the perimeter to Bell. Bell back to Mohamed Baigul. Baigul prodding and probing, crossing over into the paint. Hangs in the air but misses the shot. It's batted back into the hands of Justin Dolman. Gibson pulls up for three, too long. Michael Eric first to the rebound. I can tell you that Gran Canaria are up by 5 on the road in Krasnodar now. In fact, it's just been cut to 3, 24-27. Wilbekin for 3. We're only just getting started here, and a chance for Buducnost to get themselves level and get themselves on the board as Gibson moves it across to that far side to Gordic, who draws the first foul of this quarter-final series. The screen there blocking off Wilbekin. You can see that movement from Zoran Nikolic. Wilbekin to Eric. Eric looking across here to Johnson. Johnson will pass it off on the perimeter to Wilbekin, who can quicken the pace. Back in Juwan Johnson, and he's called for a travel. We had a very slow start to this game in terms of the issues with the game clock, and now we've had a slow start to the scoring, just 2 points in the first 2 minutes. Buducnost moving across to the far side, too high the pass though to Nikolic. Walk tonight, 2 meters 12, Zoran Nikolic. Wilbekin, the regular season MVP in this competition. Juwan Johnson. On the move is Bell to the far side, picked off though, and now a golden opportunity for Gordic to get the first score. And a block flying Gordic going up high to lay it in. It is indeed a goaltend as the layup hit the backboard. Just there before it's rejected. So the basket counts for Gordic. 2-2. And now Johnson. Juwan Johnson puts the ball on the floor, stops and pops, but misses the short shot. Ball back in the hands of the Bosnian international, Serbian-born Nemanja Gordic. Suat Shehovic moved on. Here's Gibson. Gibson across to the far side. Dolman fizzes it to the corner. Shot clock's down to 5 here. Static 3 from the corner off the mark for Gordic. Wilbekin draws the double team, passes out. Juwan Johnson, open player in the corner. Here is Bell. Can he get it off the hop? He can. James Bell with a huge slice of good fortune. He was 0 of 6 from the field in the defeat at Gran Canaria in the last game of the top 16 a month ago. He's in business early on here. They'll try and answer back with a 3 of their own. Podgorica, but off the mark. Wilbekin, who had a very good campaign in the EuroLeague last season. Here's Juwan Johnson, dribbles it off his own shin or knee. Always looking to quicken the pace here, and then denied by James. 17 on the shot clock. Kyle Gibson to get it in. Gordic back out. Dolman shoots the 3. Beautifully done. Justin Dolman, the centre. He does have that range to his game. Weigl trying to go in game one of the quarterfinals here. Stanton Kidd in for the first time, back to Scotty Wilbecken. There's the roll to the basket here from Eric. Wilbecken clings onto it and turns it over. 3-on-1, 3-on-2, fast break here, and they take full advantage of it. Suad Shehovic. First lead of this game for Podgorica. They've scored 5 unanswered points now. Wilbecken looking to work with Eric, goes back to Weigl for 3, can't make it count as it pops out, and Dolman, who's had a big impact already, keeps it in bounds. Chance for Buducnost volley Podgorica to extend their lead just over the midway point of the quarter here. Gordic waiting for the screen. Landry then moves away. Gordic with 5 seconds on the shot clock now will take the 3-pointer. Dolman battling for the ball, but it's Wilbecken, the smaller player, who comes away with it. And then he runs in the frame of Kyle Landry. Eurocup campaigns with the team as a youngster. Drive down the baseline, aggressive move, kick to the corner, Bell for 3, got it again. His second off the first. James Bell with a huge block and 2 3-pointers in the opening 5.5 minutes. They'll try and answer back with one of their own, Podgorica. Now Darussafaka looking to stretch their slender advantage here. Quick move from Michael Eric. Put the ball on the floor and put it in the basket. Ivanovic across to Gibson, who gives it to Shehovic. Moved on quickly across to this near side now. Nikola Ivanovic getting it back. Spin move, edge of the paint. Can't get it to fall. There's another 3 for Darussafaka, not this time. Landry tips it to his teammate. Gibson going around the high screen. Landry trying to get back on the end of it. Wilbecken on the burst. 3-on-1 here. Back to Wilbecken. Beautiful touch passing from Darussafaka. And Stanton Kidd puts it in. Wilbecken running the fast break. Got it back. Touched it on straight away to Kidd. Michael Eric involved as well. Darussafaka by 5. Long range 3 that won't go for Gibson. And that'll be Darussafaka ball. Darussafaka looking to make this the largest lead of the game now. Cummings on to Kidd, across to the far side to Bell. Bell the leading scorer with 6 points so far. Those 2 threes, gets inside, puts it up. This time from the corner of the paint, and continues to knock them down from all angles. Lead up to 7 for Dachka. Popovic on to Landry. Landry under pressure. Ivanovic. Good look here for the long 2, and it goes to stop the rock for Podgorica as Danilo Nikolic hits. 2 minutes and change remaining in the first quarter. Darussafaka by 5. Stanton Kidd on to James Bell, the man of the moment right now with those 8 points. Working behind the screen, goes across to the far side, that burst to the basket here all the way through. Wouldn't quite fall for Cup. Will Cummings at the line. Will gets into Eurocup campaign. Shot the ball well on the inside, 55%, but only 6 of 32 from downtown for 19% across the season. Will Cummings. Ivanovic gets it back quickly from Popovic. Popovic again looking to get down the baseline here, kicks to the corner, and the foul called against Howard's 21-year-old. Landry back to Popovic. Across to this near side now, Nikola Ivanovic getting into a crowded paint and getting contact. An International. He was part of 3 league title winning years away. He's returned as a star player, having been a young role player before that. A minute and a half to go in the first quarter here. Cummings, lead cut to 5 again. On the move to the far side is Aldermish, then coming up to this side, St. Ross. St. Ross driving in, right hand, hangs but can't hit. And the rebound grab by Nikolic. Ivanovic trying to make it a 1-possession game again as we enter the final minute of the first quarter. Quick crossover from him into the lane, kicks it back out, 3-point shot. Wouldn't go for Danilo Nikolic. And now a chance to come in transition for Darussafaka. Cummings bursting to the basket, missing though as he got bumped mid-air. The pace has really quickened here, end-to-end stuff. Landry will play in the half court now with Ivanovic. Ivanovic again looking to put the moves on the Darussafaka defense, trying to find a teammate. Nobody open on the outside though. Shot clock down to the final 3 seconds here. Pirouette in the paint, forced up and in. Beautiful Fruntis. 1 foul shot is taken. Pops out, so it remains a 3-point game. And Scotty Wilbecken will look to dictate the tempo now. And take this right down so Darussafaka can have the final shot of the quarter. No need to rush anything at the moment. 10 seconds to get the shot away. He doesn't want to leave Buducnost any time to respond here before the buzzer. He'll take the long 3. Nowhere near. No time left though for Darussafaka 16, Buducnost Podgorica 30 at the start of the second quarter here. Here's Landry getting in to try and close it to 1. Couldn't finish. Under a bit of pressure around the hoop. Still might have felt he should have done better though. Wilbecken. Plenty of movement ahead of him. Wilbecken clinging onto the ball for now. Able to get away with a lightning fast move. Can't hit the shot though. Ivanovic. Ivanovic backs off and will work in the second half of the shot clock. Shehovic across to the near side. It's another 3. This time it goes for Danilo Nikolic, who missed one towards the end of the first quarter. And that ties us up at 16 from 7 down. Podgorica back level. Wilbecken hangs in the lane, nowhere near the basket. Not sure if that was a pass or a shot. I think it was the latter. They still have the offense though, Darussafaka, but they can't score. Shehovic on to Popovic. Popovic away from Landry on this near side. Shehovic to Popovic again. He's come across to this near side once more as Nikolic. Across to the far side it goes instead. Another 3. And quarter-final takeoff in Turkey for Podgorica. They've come from 7 down to lead by 3. What a run for them over the last few minutes to bridge the first and second quarters. Still searching for their first points of this second quarter. Bell handing it off. St. Ross across to the far side to Ball, who's going to unload a 3 again. Misses though this time. And here's Popovic. Popovic turning to face the basket. Only 1 thought in mind as he blazes past the defense. Nobody can touch it home though. Stipovic. Ivanovic. We're going to go around the high screen of Nikolic, steps back, takes on a 3. They've hit 3 in a row from the outside. Buducnost landed a 3 of 3 here in the second. 7.5 minutes of the first half to play. Darussafaka off the back of the timeout now trying to find a response. Weigel. Looking to set a screen here is Michael Eric. Weigel operating a long way from it, moving it across to the corner. And popped out of the hands of Bauer. Turnover off the back of that timeout. Ivanovic leading the way with 8 points. This time looking to get inside, across to the far side. They'll shoot a 3 again. When the run comes to an end, Wilbeck getting away, centre court, unsportsmanlike foul call. You could hear the boos and the whistles from the home fans, not called unsportsmanlike, so just possession here for Darussafaka. Wilbeck takes the 3 and provides the points for Darussafaka anyway. Ivanovic, the crossovers, and this time at Wilbeck. Wilbeck prodding and probing, looking to work with Johnson, who moves away to the far side. Wilbeck spots a gap and bursts into it, doesn't quite get. So any foul from their defence now for the next 6 minutes and 22 seconds out the line right now, because it was a shooting foul. He makes them both and closes. 5 points from Wilbeck, getting Darussafaka back within touching distance. Podgorica trying to keep up their momentum that have been building. Gordic across to the far side to Danilo Nikolic. Shot clock down to the final few seconds. It's going to be another 3 for them. Won't go Nikolic. A rebound though, and he got fouled as he grabbed it by Michael Eric. The quarter for Darussafaka, and of course a non-shooting foul, so just an inbound here for Buducnost. Shot clock up to 14. They go across to the far side, shoot another 3. That's the game right now for Podgorica, just shooting that outside shot, contested or not. Juwan Johnson turns and gets nothing but nylon. Darussafaka now from 6 down, have the lead. Gibson. Coleman waiting to check back in. Gibson takes on the 3. And after a series of scores from long range, now a series of misses for Buducnost. Weigel. Juwan Johnson hands it off to St. Ross. St. Ross back to Juwan, who will take on the 3 himself. Big battle for the board, and eventually coming away with it, Zoran Nikolic. Gordic. Nikolic fizzes across to the far side. Here goes Gibson, hanging it high for Nikolic. Eventually reels it into the second bite of the cherry. Oh, lightning fast pirouette, edge of the paint. And he's strong favourites for this game and for this series, but so far Buducnost Podgorica have shown that they can at least keep up with them, despite the disappointment of the missed foul shots. They only trail by 1. Wilbeck and Weigel trying to feed it in low towards Aldemish. Goes to the bench, so Darussafaka go to the sideline to inbound. Don't pick up the 5th foul. The St. Ross. Almost wrestled away from Weigel. Here's Aldemish for the pass over the top of his head. Buducnost could get themselves back ahead here. Dolman. Gibson now. Landry looking to play a bit of interference on the perimeter, got it back, but wasn't sure where it was, and now Wilbeck running the fast break again. 4 on 2. They can't take advantage of it this time. Not quite as pretty as the last time. Podgorica looking for the spectacle from the 2 teams on the fast break. As we were 23-22, 4 minutes of the second quarter to play. It's been a low-scoring game 1 so far. Forced away from the paint, back to Weigel with St. Ross. Weigel trying to take on Landry. Passing lane blocked off brilliantly by Suad Shehovic. And then a foul as Gordic to inbound. Again, Landry looking to get his frame in the way, backing off here Ivanovic. They look to take on the step back three from a couple of feet back. Dolman floating in the air to grab the rebound. Gordic. Shot clock down to 5, back to Gordic, tries to get inside here against Welbeck, and the finger roll will fall for Gordic as he goes through the gears. Buducnost lead by 1, 3 minutes and change remaining in the first half. Welbeck, the crossover, the spin, the bounce pass in towards Aldermir's, trying to bully his way to the basket, but it's called for a travel. 16-13. Ivanovic, won by Gordic, won by Shehovic. Dolman to hand it off to Ivanovic. He took the ring road around the defence, getting away from the interference from Landry, taking on the long two off the mark. Landry trying to get underneath it, but can't. Grabbed by Bell. Quick release down the floor from St. Ross. He gets it back out to Kidd, back to St. Ross. They're all open on the perimeter. Who's going to take it? It's Bell. And after 2 in the first, he's missed a few now here in the second, but they get the offensive rebound. Wilbecker going in towards Jawan Johnson. Can't beat Landry. Another offensive board though. Will it be third time lucky for Darussafaka on this offense? Wilbecker crossover, lost it on the dribble, regathered. Kidd for 3, no. Darussafaka multiple opportunities but can't make it count. Gordic to Dolman. Dolman against Kidd. Defense biting on the pump fake. Dolman not able to finish though after it looked like he'd done the hard part. St. Ross to the baseline, to the far corner. Bell had it knocked away and then bodies colliding and landing down on the deck. Darussafaka trying to get themselves back in front again. Stanton Kidd. The handoff to Howard St. Ross. Now Wilbeck for 3 with a hand in his face. Will it go? Rebound secured this time by Suan Shehovic. After Buducnost had given up a couple of offensive rebounds previously. Gordic taking it on and firing. And Buducnost lead by 3. Gordic doubling his tally in the game. St. Ross to Wilbecker. Final minute coming up of this quarter. Wilbecker passes away from the double team to the open player and an air ball thrown up by Howard. Ready to get back underway. Gordic to inbounds. Buducnost volley Podgorica by 3 with possession as well. Gordic, can they stretch the lead here? Gordic trying to wriggle clear across to the far side. There's a heel on the line. Wilbecker. Can Darussafaka close this gap before the half is through? There's the handoff here, moved on by Ulubai across to Wilbecker for 3. Got it, ties the game. Scotty Wilbecker second from the outside. Neck and neck after 19 and a half minutes. 26-26 here in game 1. Carl Gibson. This time the entry pass to Landry off the backboard wouldn't go, and a chance for the lead here for Darussafaka at the end of the half. Buducnost Podgorica have put so much in, they thought they had the lead at the break. Here goes Wilbecker blazing past the defence. The quarter, hitting another 3-pointer, and now another 2 foul shots for Buducnost Podgorica to respond before the half-time buzzer. They trail by just 1 as he splits the pair. Can they get a shot away in time here? Not really. For the start of the second half in game 1 of the 7 days Eurocup quarter-finals. Darussafaka leading by a point. Start with possession against Buducnost volley Podgorica. Wilbecker, leading scorer in the game so far, back out. There's the drive inside from Jawan Johnson, who tried to throw it down. Wilbecker for 3, and they get the extra point anyway. Forget about the big dunk. Wilbecker will take the 3, his 3rd of the game. So Darussafaka by 4, which in the scope of this game is a fairly large lead. The largest has been 7 so far. First offense of the second half here for Podgorica, and they miss it. Jawan Johnson the rebound, and a foul called against the man who was left free on the perimeter. Wilbecker now with 12 points. 3 of 5 from downtown. Here he is again. Beigel back to Wilbecker. Wilbecker getting away. Back to Beigel. Another 3. Not this time for them. They're already 4 of 14 from downtown in the first half. Landry's a little shaken up again here. The move is Kyle Gibson, who was 0 of 5 from the outside for Podgorica. Dolman receives it instead in the high post, looks to edge his way in for the long 2. Trying to grab the rebound, almost touched it away from his own teammate, did Nikolic, inadvertently. And Wilbecker brings it forward. Positive start here to the second half as Wilbecker slips though for Darussafaka. It might end up in Podgorica's hands, although a good effort to get back and recover from Johnson. Beigel this time takes it inside, no look pass. And the double team fouling from the baseline. Wilbecker is fouled on the far side, and that is 3 fouls on red third. Wilbecker to inbound, back to Beigel. Wilbecker once more. Really starting to find his groove now as he skips away, gets in towards the lane, kicks it to the far side. Beautiful pass, wide open 3 again. Jerome Johnson knocks it down. A triple from Triple J. Darussafaka now up by 7, tie the largest lead of the game. Trailed for a while in that second quarter. Gordic taking the bumps but not hitting the basket. It's going to be Darussafaka ball. They just haven't got going at all yet in the second half. Podgorica scoreless in 2.5 minutes. Wilbecker. On the move is Bell across to the far side, tracked all the way. Nice pass inside to Eric, who turns and scores, and the Darussafaka run goes on and on and on. They've hit Podgorica with a taste of their own medicine. And Montenegrin scoring the first 9 points of the second quarter with Darussafaka. Gordic. Into Dolman. Kyle Gibson. Gibson taking on another 3. He's 0 of 6 from the outside now. St. Ross. Calling for it again is Eric, receives it here further away from the basket, looking to get in against Zoran Nikolic, hooks it over the top of him, misses it, grabs the rebound for the foul call. 27-26 at half-time, stretched to 35-26 here. Nikolic. Gordic, Nikolic gets it back, trying to bully his way towards the basket. Defense wasn't budging an inch, and then Gordic fouled on the Gordic, who started the top 16 on fire. Averaged 16 points across the first 4 games, 12 points and 4.3 assists across the season. And double figures in terms of points. St. Ross. Wilbecker. Back to St. Ross again. St. Ross trying to get free. Back to Wilbecker once more. Shot clock's down to the final 4 here, and then the ball kicked out of bounds off the right foot. Desperate for a defensive stop here, so they can try and build some kind of momentum in this quarter for the first time. Shot clock reset to 14. After the kick ball, here's Wilbecker, bounce pass to Aldemir, across to the far side. Bell to try and get back going from long range. No, a series of misses for him now after 2 early on. Gibson, little pump fake, then gets contact with Aldemir. Drew it 15 minutes on court. And remains so for Eurocup appearances coming into these quarterfinals. Finally gets a point on the board 4 minutes into the second half in this one. 6-point game. Wilbecker toying a little with the defense here, taking the ring road around and finding the pass to the far side. Wide open 3, wouldn't go though. Wilbecker running the offense. with some silky dribbling and pinpoint passing. It's a good look here for the long two. Wouldn't go down again for Gibson, who's now 0 of 7 from the field. Wilbeck, a quick release. They've got to score this time. It's going to be a trip to the line, the foul line. He's now within touching points of 7 of 10 shooting in the last game here against Galatasaray, but then crucially missed the final game of the top 16 that they lost in Gran Canaria. Gordic, bounce pass, Aldermish intercepted, Wilbeck now on the charge, the cavalry arriving, it's Aldermish, little hesitation, ceiling put up though by the defence. Aldermish looking to hand off to Wilbeck and instead goes the other way. Oh, Ben Ulubai, the 21-year-old, onto Stanton Kidd. Ulubai again, shot clock down to 5 here. He's lost it on the dribble, and it wrestled off him as well. What a play that is. Buducnost fighting for each and every ball right now, trying to close this gap. Kyle Gibson. Gibson crossing over towards the baseline, got contact. Fields, in fact 0 of 7 from the field. Now 2 of 3 from the strike. Have been able to chip away at this lead, which is stretched close to double digits, because Darussafaka started this third quarter so strong. Looked like they might just, now they're looking to climb their way out of that hole that they fell into at the start of the third quarter. 5 on the shot clock. Nikolic trying to turn. There's another foul. And that game with Darussafaka is on 3 fouls, nobody else on more than 2. As the free throw. They've not taken their chance from the line for the most part. You'll get that one to Facet from the stripe, 7 of 14. That is basically the difference. Ulubai. Ready for movement from Bell. Going the other way to the opposite side is Johnson. He clings onto it, Ulubai. Shot clock down to 7. Harassed here by Kyle Gibson. Now Scotty Wilbeck will take the long range 3. Can't get that one to go, but Ulubai the only player on that far side of the court to grab the loose ball. Wilbeck across to Bell. Bell, a quick burst into the basket. Denied though by Nikolic, and he grabbed the loose ball, and they now are at the foul limit. So James Bell goes to the line. Make it 9 of 10, 90%. Versus 50%. Big difference in this game 1. Darussafaka up by 8 points. Nemanja Gordic. Now Kyle Gibson. There's a player down on the edge of the paint. A foul called, and then 2 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line. Make it 3 of 3. Cup campaign hitting 4.3 per game. He's got 4 already here this evening. It's a 6-point game. Ulubai gets it back from Bell. Juwan Johnson shooting the static long 2 over the top of the 2 meters 12 Nikolic. Darussafaka back up by 8 points. They're keeping Podgorica at arm's length right at the moment. Nikolic trying to answer back over the top of Johnson. Grabs the rebound, goes toe-to-toe with him again, and then loses out. It's Juwan Johnson winning that inside battle right now, and even when it comes out to the outside as well. Wilbeck, final 3 minutes of the third. Chance to make it a double-digit lead for Darussafaka. Juwan Johnson wide open to stroke the 3. Can it get it? Nikolic the rebound. Danilo Nikolic, that is. They've got 2 of them on the floor at the moment. Gibson. Screen set here by Zoran Nikolic. Gibson trying to work behind it. Finds Zoran on the foul line. Had it knocked away from the side by Baldo. 3 on 3. Although just checking his run and taking his time is Ulubai. Wilbeck the crossover, the burst. And then Juwan Johnson hits double-figure Darussafaka points. As I mentioned earlier, and his teammates been able to help him out, he'll probably be closing in on double figures for assists At this point, you've got to not miss some open looks. Ivanovic, blocked off by Ulubai. Buducnost in desperate need of a score here. Shot clock down to 4. There's the pass inside and a big block from Juwan Johnson. He denies Alexa Ilic. And there's just no way through for Podgorica right now. Wilbekin got contact then from Ivanovic, so that will be epitomising some of the defence that we've seen from Darussafaka, their second huge block of the game. Wilbekin's stat line looking more and more impressive, although he misses that one. He's now 4 of 6 from the line, 13 points, 5 assists in the game. The lead is 11. Gordic, Gibson. Will he finally get going from the field? Kyle Gibson trying to take on Bell and missing again. He's 0 of 8 from the floor. Wilbekin, Juwan Johnson moving inside, found by Wilbekin, impeccable pass, and those two on the same wavelength. Telepathic understanding between Wilbekin and Juwan, who now has 17 points. There's a chance to answer back with a similar play as Ilic is found inside by Ivanovic. Final minute of the third. Wilbekin again prodding and probing. 11 points the lead once more. In fact, Juwan Johnson has 15 rather than 17, leading the way for Darussafaka. Here he is again. He's heating up towards the end of this third quarter, but denied that time by Ilic. And then he puts it up on the turn off the mark. Not too much differential between shot and game clock at the end of the quarter, maybe 5 seconds. Gordic is holding it here to try and take time away from Darussafaka, looking to make it a single-digit game ahead of the fourth quarter. Got the defence up in the air, then put up the 3, missed it though, Gordic. And here a chance for Darussafaka to score at the end of the third. Bell for 3, no. Inside 27% from downtown, but they've got to the line to hit 10 of 12 free throws. They've not given Podgorica an inch. Jehovic, who's done well when he's come into the game and he's not played much. Here's Nikolic stepping to the side to take on the 3 and getting Buducnost back in business. Well, counted as just a 2. He must have had a toe on the line, so it's a 9-point game. Ulubai. And an offensive, they score here, has very quickly become game on again. Ivanovic fading back, taking on the mid-range 2, contested. Juwan Johnson adds another rebound to his stat line. Wilbekin. Here's Stanton Kidd putting the ball on the floor, forced away from the near edge of the paint. Back to Wilbekin again. Juwan Johnson comes out to set the screen for him, then rolls inside. Wilbekin back out, pass slightly behind its intended target. Bell turns and shoots the 3 at the end of the shot clock. Short. The rebound into the hands of Buducnost. And here he comes again. Jehovic back out to Ivanovic. Ivanovic across to this near side to Popovic, who had a big impact on the second quarter. Can he do so again in the fourth? That'll be called a goaltend, and the basket will. Plenty of pressure here as well on the inbound pass from the baseline. Back off now with Wilbekin handling the ball. Wilbekin spinning away towards the perimeter, left hand towards the baseline. Knocked away, regathers back out to Juwan Johnson. They're really working hard, Podgorica, to try and keep up, which I believe they can come from 11 points behind to do so. Can they get the defensive stop after all of that hard work? Bell. Johnson now back to Bell. Shot clock winding down. Bell driving in, high off the window, wouldn't fall. They do get the stop as Nikolic grabs the rebound. 2 minutes played in the fourth, 2 scoreless minutes for Darussafaka. Ivanovic to Ilic. Ilic looking to bulldoze his way to the basket. Can he finish? No. Another rebound for Johnson. He's closing in on a double-double now. Wilbekin to take a 3, too long. And Ilic rises for the rebound. Shehovic. Popovic. Ivanovic came to this side, doesn't get it. Popovic clings on to it, gives it to Ilic instead in the high post to shoot the 3. Nikolic trying to keep it in play, looked to touch it behind his back. Just needed to grab the ball. Wilbekin. Bell. Can Darussafaka finally get going here in the fourth? A foul call. The basket, I don't think it will. 27-year-old Cuban international ready to inbound the ball. Wilbekin off the inbound pass, fires the quick 3. Fans think he got hit on the outside, brought away though by Shehovic. Things have happened for coach Alexander Zikic's team tonight. Popovic across to Nikolic. Nikolic handing it off to Ivanovic. Ivanovic taking on the long 2. It's too long. And the rebound reeled in by Eric. They've had a couple of decent looks to close the gap further, but not taken them. Sooner or later, Darussafaka are going to get going here. St. Ross to Eric. Hands it off to Wilbekin. Wilbekin bounce pass to Eric, and he falls his way to the basket, trapped by the triple team, and fouled eventually. The corner's gone the other way. By the looks of it here, it was Zoran Nikolic who got his hand on the ball. They turned it over, Darussafaka. Still no score. There's 4 minutes for them now in the fourth. Nikolic handing off to Popovic. Popovic going one way then the other. Shot clock down to 3 here. Popovic trying to float one off the backboard. Difficult angle over a big player like Juwan Johnson. Sam Ross. Movement around him and ahead of him. Wilbekin comes off the screen to shoot the 3, misses it. Wilbekin's had a series of misses now. He's only 3 of 9 from downtown. Nikolic to fire a 3 at the other end. Got it! Danilo Nikolic. Montenegrin momentum in the Istanbul air. At the start of the fourth, they've cut an 11-point gap down to just 4. In 4.5 minutes, a 7-0 surge from Podgorica over a game look. Juwan Johnson dribbling out of play. Buducnost, Podgorica looking to make this a 1-possession game. It's the team from the Montenegrin capital that have the wind in their sails right now. Ivanovic to the strike, back over to the far side. Nikolic can't get it to go that time. It looked like it was going down for a millisecond, but straight back into the hands of Podgorica with Shehovic. Looking behind the screen of Zoran Nikolic. Shehovic crosses over onto the right, attacking and going all the way through. Shehovic, right-hand man Juwan Johnson. Neither of those players has scored yet. In over 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, nobody for Darussafaka has scored yet in over 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. They'll try and stop the rot here. Wilbekin working behind Eldamish. Wilbekin across to the near side, closed down by Nikolic, gets into the paint, bumped in traffic. Is it turned over? Yes, it is. The atmosphere has gone completely flat, so too is the offense from Darussafaka. Remember, it's a 7-1 record they have here on this court this season. Inside to try and tie the game, and doing so is Zoran Nikolic from 11 down without reply. They're back level. 11-0 in 6 minutes here in the fourth. St. Ross, he'll have a chance to finally get some points. He's called a couple of timeouts to try and deal with this situation, but to no avail. In this season at 91.3%. Finally gives them a little bit of joy. A 1-point lead as he splits the pair. Ivanovic Podgorica get ahead here from 11 down. Across to the far side to Popovic. Popovic around the screen, back inside, forced off the mark though was Nikolic and eased out underneath by Beigel. Beigel on the burst to the strike, back out to St. Ross. St. Ross across to the far side, Juwan Johnson, no, and the rebound grabbed by Nikolic. Still no field goal in 6.5 minutes in the fourth for Darussafaka. Ivanovic. Shehovic looking to attack himself there, I think. Crossover onto the left, hangs, trying to bank it in, no. Quick release from Kidd, down the floor, here they come. St. Ross going through the gears, going through the defence and getting the foul. He doesn't miss many. He's averaged 9.2 through the season, as well as doing it in all other categories of the box score. He's missed them both. 3-point Darussafaka lead, 3 minutes to play in game one of the quarterfinals. Shehovic. Can they get out of jail here, Darussafaka, after an abysmal showing in the fourth so far? Ivanovic taking on the three to try and tie it again. Offensive rebound, Nikolic then fouled underneath. An appeal from... Movement off the paint to the outside. Nikolic only had 10 points here, but they've chipped away in a low-scoring game. Darussafaka blitzed them here in the fourth quarter so far. We're going to get back within touching distance again here. Ivanovic on the drive, forces it in. 1 point game. Ivanovic now on 12 points. He was only 2 of 8 from the field though before that one. Points have come at a premium for both teams. Juwan Johnson. Scotty Wilbecken. Johnson trying to get free. Wilbecken prodding and probing on the perimeter. Back across to Beigel. Steps into the high post. Takes on the three and knocks it down. Beigel delivering a big blow. Darussafaka's first field goal of the fourth quarter has taken 8 minutes. They lead by 4 though. Just about holding off the challenge of Buducnost. Ivanovic, high pass, Nikolic back out, forced away though was Gordic. Shot clock down to 1. Awkward body shape on the foul line, but he puts it in. Nemanja Gordic at the end of the shot clock. Hand in his face as well. What a finish to this game. Final minute and a half. Wilbecken off to Beigel, who hit that huge three a few seconds ago. Beigel again. Shot clock down to 4. Wilbecken, he'll take on the long ranger this time. It's too long, and the rebound just about secured. At least it would have been 2 for Danilo Nikolic with a minute to play. Clutch free throws, and they have struggled first trip to the line, though. He's got a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds. He makes them both, and looks like the coolest man in the arena as he ties us up at 52. 1 minute to play in game one. How pivotal could this be in the Eurocup campaigns of these two clubs? Darussafaka's strong favourites for this series have really struggled, especially here in the fourth quarter. Wilbecken to the far side, off the mark from the outside. Big offensive board from Juwan Johnson though. He has been a beast on the boards again tonight. Shot clock down to 5. Wilbecken directing traffic. He'll take on another long ranger and knocks it down. Some Wilbecken wizardry in the dying seconds for Darussafaka. Three-point lead. Time running out. Ivanovic. 10 on the shot clock. Ivanovic driving into the lane all the way through. Misses the layup though. Disastrous miss for Podgorica, and that should be that. They've got a foul here. They've got to try and force a turnover. They've got to try and do something. And Nikolic eventually... Johnson just looking to put the finishing touches on this one. 5-point lead, 7. They need a quick score, a big quick score here. Time running out. They've just got to put it up. Popovic scores. Only a couple of seconds remaining. Makes it. They still need a 3.